Hey fellas, Onus here and welcome back to With a Y, and today I want to complain about something that, to be honest, really does not matter at all. Of any of the videos I've covered, this might be like the most spiritually Reddit one I've ever done, and that includes the ones where I've just straight up read Reddit posts. Recently on TikTok, there's this trend going around that this guy, Max Durante, started. He's a photographer and he's been doing some video stuff recently, and it basically goes like this. Turning my friends into video game loading screens, part 1. And you might understand what's so Reddit about why this TikTok trend annoys me very quickly. Fatal District 2. Bruh, this is not a loading screen. This is a main menu. You can't have a little loading bar at the bottom that literally covers up all the options you're supposed to be able to use the main menu for and then just call it a loading screen. If this said compiling shaders instead of retrieving whatever, I might be like, okay, fair enough. Or I personally would have moved the loading screen to the left over here. I'll give credit where credit is due. I think the shot itself is pretty cool. I like the menu font itself and the assets are really pretty. The shot's nice. It's pleasing to the eye in a vacuum. And I can respect that, right? The thing is, after this TikTok took off, we were just completely doomed to all of these being called loading screens because the first guy named the trend wrong. Also, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss an upload. We post a lot here. I would appreciate it. And only a quarter of you are, which hurts a little bit. And then he just kept going for it time after time. And I don't know if he just felt like he had already committed to the name and it was too late to back out now. Some sunk cost fallacy stuff because he's at part 13 at this point and still calling them loading screens. Turning my girlfriend into a video game loading screen, part 4. Game over, you have been found. Dude, that's a death screen. I don't know what to tell you. You're just fucking it up with every single thing that isn't a loading screen. The detail in the window where it's implied that that's the dude who killed you, I respect that. This dude is genuinely putting in some work to make the scenes he has in mind, but he just keeps calling them a loading screen. Turning my friends into video game loading screens, part 5. And this one looks promising because this is the sort of getup you expect from a GTA 5 loading screen. Perhaps some of the more iconic ones in any video game. 5-star felony. Nope, it's a menu. It's a main menu again. There's an arbitrary loading bar at the bottom that looks like it could be the YouTube playback timeline. Type of thing I would see in a GTA loading screen. My thoughts exactly. So why didn't you just make it a loading screen, dude? It's so fucking petty. I have no good reason to get this worked up over it. But this guy named it what he did, and because he was the originator of the whole thing, anybody else who wanted to jump onto it was going to call it the exact same thing. Danger Things 2? What happened to the first one, dude? Also, whatever game this is supposed to be, horrible customization settings, dude. I can start a new game, load an old one, or save a game at the main menu, I guess? Usually, you'd think you'd be doing that in the game as you've made your progress before you close it and/or load it. This dude in the comments is killing me. It gives Stranger Things vibes. What the hell? You're genuinely shocked by that. Literally a pun on the show's name, and it's just absolutely throwing you for a loop, man. That's incredible. Guy, High-Carked Egg, I think, had a funny bit about it.
This trend makes me so unbelievably mad, and I'll tell you why. First reason, why are we LARPing video games? That is called a main menu. And second reason, whatever these people are doing, no main menu looks like that. Hey guys, this is me as the Resident Evil loading screen.
He's kind of right. People are using this as more of an IG filter trend than actually designing a hypothetical main menu for a game. Which, I'm gonna be honest, that part doesn't bother me that much. I think pretty much everything about making yourself look like it could be a main menu in a game is a perfectly entertaining topic. You can choose the color grading and the effects you want to add to create some type of aesthetic idea. You can put the title of the game that you're explicitly trying to mimic and see how close people think you got to replicating it in a good way. Resident Evil seems to be the most popular one. There's plenty of aesthetic choices you can make in regards to main menus that I think would be equally as compelling. The trend could remain the exact same, and if it was called making myself or my friends into a main menu, I would be perfectly happy with that. It's just kind of false advertising because there's tons of aesthetic stuff to loading screens that would also make for a fun little video trend. Add a shitty stylized loading bar at the bottom with a fake tutorial tip right above it, crouching from enemies makes it so they can't fucking see you. Or do one of those hidden loading screens in God of War where it's you trying to like crawl through a narrow hole in between two walls as like a joke about that. It's like I've seen so many main menus that I find compelling, but I had to find them through false advertising. I want to see a real loading screen. Funny enough, it was like Resident Evil, the game that I think gets parodied the most in this trend, doing it right. POV, us as a video game main menu, and then they just use it to plug Resident Evil 9. Perfectly fair interpretation. I feel like they're entitled as a company to jump in on this when they're explicitly having their name invoked. And they're the only ones who call it an actual main menu when they show it, dude. I'll give some props to Max Dorante. He does actually wise up to what it is a loading screen is by like part 6. Most Wanted, Midnight Heat, and there's a loading screen and it's all like jittery and how it boots up to show like it's doing it in chunks. I think the aesthetic looks cool. I like the orange little camera frame around it, and you just don't see a lot of games that put their full ass name on every loading screen, but some do, so that's fine by me, man. I think it looks cool. It was going so well. Most Wanted, which I'm pretty sure it's based off the racing game, right? The thing is, alongside all this, there is like some individuals jumping on the trend themselves. Like you have this guy just very casually doing it in their room, so the setting isn't as explosive, but they have the goodwill to call it a menu screen properly, but it looks like they really poorly masked over whatever the original caption was. It almost seems like they made a typo and are trying to save their ass. But because they called it the right thing, even though like the behind the scenes looks less visually impressive off the bat, I'm willing to give them a fair shake. Let's see what they come up with. Dude, like this is a damn near perfect recreation of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, if they had just called it that, I feel like I could immediately see them as Freddy just looking at me under a VHS filter. Five Nights at Arby's. That's fucked up, man. You're wrong for that. You had people comparing it to the Mario Judah Five Nights at Freddy's logo, dude. And it's pretty fucking close, I can't lie. The dude who made the TikTok is just a little further pulled back from the camera, so you get like an actual shoulder up shot instead of just like a thumbnail reaction face on Mario Judah. Fed by Daylight, Paranormal Snacktivity. That ain't nice. That's not very nice. You really can't win with some of these fucking TikTok comments, man, but like they're almost like a proof of concept to me because they called it a menu, the proper term, and they got 1.3 million likes for it. They didn't go any less viral because they didn't follow the name of the trend as most people know it. Silent Hill, new music, load album options. This is a fucking artist trying to promote their shit, man. Xander Hill, I will not be listening. The music could be good, I just don't really feel like it. Sorry. I hope the release goes well though, man. Quit calling it a loading screen. I feel like I probably shouldn't be getting too mad at this because there is like a higher amount of creative lift that actually comes with it compared to like some of the other stuff you'll see on TikTok. A lot of which I still find amusing, but I feel the need to watch twice and less than these. Now, this one is actually dope as hell and like I think would fuck hard if it was in the menu for an actual video game, but they do the cardinal sin of being a fake gamer. Like the impact frame, and they actually show themselves going through all the menus and stuff. It has like nice clicky sound design for when you go down an option and select an actual menu item. Like it's undeniably cool, man. I think the execution is all very neat, but it's not a loading screen. It's not a loading screen. Let's close it out with like hearing one more gamer take.
This is a loading screen. This is a loading screen, because you're loading into the game.
And that's the thing, I'll reiterate the point. Make whatever you want, man. If you want to make a main menu, like with you as like a character being shown on it, which, to be fair, a lot of actual game menus are just protagonist framed off to the side of the screen with menu options to the left of them. Make that if you want. But like, I would also like to see actual takes on what a loading screen could look like, man. It's like so many people feel locked into making a main menu screen while calling it the wrong thing, and I'm just being really pedantic about it.
This is called a main menu screen. Main menu with all the options. I'm not saying you have to be a gamer to do this trend, but at least get it right, you know. My culture is not your costume.
Amen, brother. Couldn't have said it better myself. I did not spend hours grinding a game I don't even really like till 5 in the morning to get loot that I don't even think looks that cool. Gameplay loop I stopped thinking was fun a week ago just for you to pretend that you yourself are a real gamer. We hate ourselves and like wasting our time. If you're gonna pretend to be one, at least pretend to be a little more miserable than you are in these. Anyways, that's all I got. If you guys think I'm stupid and annoying, feel free to say that in the comments. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @withAY, subscribe with notifications on, that email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.